Feel like I didn't get the message across the way I wanted to. So, what I want to describe is the unsettling experience, the actually unsettling, uncanny valley effect, the unsettling experience of getting emotionally attached and invested in a discussion with a psychopath. Because I always have the notion how it excites them to do this, to trigger emotions, because I believe they don't have access to it, so they feast off emotions of other people. And it's like smelling blood, licking blood. It's like I compared it to hyenas when they lick blood and they start this giggling sensation. It's a sexual arousal actually involved, especially if they think that men compete for them, or whoever. I mean, there is this fact, I would say, that narcissists and psychopaths are actually indifferent about the genders. It's just I don't know, I don't want to speak about this today, but they're indifferent. It's just, indifference about this as well. So there's no real orientation. It's just what it is. Anyway, I get astray of the topic. What I want to describe is the absence of this humanity, or it's like an archetypal experience, and I can't get rid of the impression of this reptilian side, which is a very primitive and archetypal, I think it's a very old experience that we have. And this is why it's so unsettling, because it's deep in our DNA. It's like when you run through the grass or through the forest and you suddenly see a piece of something that looks like a snake on the ground. Just the association is quick in your brain, and you have the reflex to evade it because it's so deeply in our DNA already. The animal, a lot of animals have the same reflex. When you see a snake, you just have a reflex. It's deep in the DNA. And I feel a similar effect when you see the beast, the predator, the snaky side of the psychopath. The way they look at you, they look at you, they track you with their eyes, but the eyes are cold and dark and matte. They're not like shiny and warm. They are penetrating you, scanning you for reactions. They get aroused when you're emotionally triggered because they smell blood then. And I feel like it clings on to our innermost reflexes of being stared at by a predator that fixates us. And a psychopath wants a certain reaction. This is why they constantly scan us. And they have like an artificial intelligence program running that tries to adapt their own signaling and strategy and narration and switch it on the run. And again, they pretend to be indifferent about things, emotionally detached, because this presents an aura of power and detachment, and it's aimed at making you feel insignificant because the psychopath is indifferent. But when you call them out, or in public, a therapist will tell them, well, the way you behave is not correct, or is it seems like there is something going on. So you call them out, they switch it. So, and this is the snaky way they do. This means they have no spine. They have no identity core. They don't have an authentic emotional display of what they are. But this is why I say they are reaction creating machines. This is how to reach goals, is not to be who you are, but to create reactions and emotions in other people. That's all you need to reach goals. So that's what it is. I hope I could capture it this time. This, the predatory, primitive, reptile nature, the predatory nature of the psychopath, that is deeply unsettling to a human being in a discussion and triggers actually fight or flight responses. And when this happens, the psychopath licks blood. And it also leads to, you can train this so that it gets better and better, that you're not emotionally attached and stay detached. But it can also lead to you losing your point because you have this fight and flight response. So you want to fight now, or you want to run away, because a predator, there is no human sign in this person. You see this, you understand this, but people outside might not realize it the same way. And I just wanted to describe this.